My name is Dr. Robert Buffington. It was a horseback riding accident in Maui, actually quite a few years ago. All I remember is hearing the sound of the hooves didn't sound right. The horse had tripped, and we were both going over to the left. The impact was quite severe on me, on my left side. So it took out my left knee, left shoulder, and left side of my face, and a concussion. At the time, we were just taking care of the left knee, the left shoulder. For some reason, we did not do a full spinal x-ray. A number of years later, my lower back, lumbar area was starting to hurt pretty bad. So I went into the radiologist to have it x-rayed and discovered that not only was it my lower back, but more specifically in my lumbar 2, 3, and 4 were broken at 17 degrees. I waited 2 years, went back to see him, and sure enough, at that point it was 30 degrees.
I do worry if I'm not home, if I'm at work or if I'm at a friend's house or just out running errands, if he falls or hurts himself, like there's no one else here. So it's kind of scary, and sometimes I feel at night, you know, he'll come out to do something or he'll come out to get like a glass of water and he'll trip because there's stairs on the way down, and it's hard to deal with that every day, but you just gotta.
I was too proud, had too much ego to run around in a wheelchair, even though I was in pain.
I'm not constantly paranoid about him falling, but it is a concern, and it's just something that can happen without us being able to do anything. You know, the only thing I could do if he slips or something is call the ambulance. You know, I wish there was a way to prevent it, but there's not, you know.
I could tell he was in a lot of pain, and I go, let's just leave and go home so you could rest. No. Come on, we're gonna go here or we're gonna do this. And I couldn't believe how fast it would go from one extreme, and it got worse and worse and worse.
And so we started to find out lots of things like osteoporosis, stenosis. I would say that our journey first started with just diagnosis, finding out what's going on with his back.
So at that point, we did physical therapy, we did acupuncture, nothing helped.
We've tried cauterization. We've tried so many things, and so we're still trying new things every day. I will not give up, because if I give up, then I feel like he's going to give up.
So finally we went to some very powerful painkillers, opiate painkillers, that we hoped would take away the pain. We went through morphine, methadone, then we went to Opana, Oxycontin. I thought for sure would get rid of the pain. And then finally, the most powerful one, Zohydro, which is a painkiller given to patients in the hospital before death to make their transition into death less painful. And even that didn't work. So then we found out that I don't have the amino acid sequence genetically. I don't have the amino acid sequence to produce the enzyme that breaks down opiates. So I can take any opiate and I can't break it down and absorb it into my bloodstream. So there's no way for me to have any pain relief via medication.
We have to explore everything that we can do. And taking a pill or getting an injection of steroids or something like that isn't going to necessarily work in this situation. So we're going to have to think outside the box. We're going to have to look at ancient medicine, and we're going to take it to the Eastern philosophy side, and we're going to have to tap into the power in your brain to maybe offset the mental perception of pain.
I use meditation as a way to reduce pain, and it was suggested to me by the head of the ICU unit at Stanford to either increase my antidepressant or use my mind to reduce pain. I see no images. I don't see a Buddha. I don't see anything like that. I just see a clear path ahead of me mentally with no objects. It's just like looking at infinity. That's the best way I can describe it. So where I've used it in terms of pain reduction is when I went in to have a pacemaker defibrillator replaced. Whenever I go into meditation, I go into it so deep that it reduces the pain almost to zero. I have my backyard set up because I can't go to nature because I can't walk. So I had to design my backyard in such a way to bring nature to me. So I have everything planted such that I can't see any of the homes around me. I have waterfalls, creeks, and so that's what I go to into my meditative state, listening to the sounds of nature in my backyard, and that's been, like I mentioned, the most effective way for me to handle, and the only way for me to be able to handle the constant pain.
I think my grandpa's a very strong person. He puts up with a lot every day and a lot of pain, a lot of stress, and he still makes it through and he still smiles and he still, at the end of the day, he says that he's happy. Yeah, some days are worse than others, but he is happy.
If he would have been in my life sooner, I would have never went down the bad roads that I did.
I think we're just going to continue to search for the answers, or I'm going to keep going until I try every single thing and I can say we tried everything 100%.